What's up guys, today we're going to be having a look at what's in the box. What's in the box indeed, by a company called Lanparte. Now, this company is known mainly for making really high quality camera rigs and camera gear, and they caught my eye because not just because of how professional their equipment looked. I've seen a few expos in which the founder, a guy called Jerry Peng, has shown off the equipment and it looks to be like top grade and for a fraction of the price of what you'd pay for more well-known brands. But also because they sell some really handy equipment like this. I can't begin to tell you how handy this has come in. This is their wireless remote control for Panasonic cameras. So as you can see there, what I just did is actually pull focus on the camera just by tapping the photo button at the top. You also have the ability to zoom in and zoom out. If you're using a zoom lens, you can turn the camera off and on. You can start and stop recording. This is extremely useful to have, especially when you're trying to do a video by yourself like I am right here, and you don't want to have to wait 20-30 seconds for the camera to pull focus by itself whenever you're trying to show something closer up. This is coming extremely handy. So I'm definitely going to keep this here with me as I show you these parts and what's inside this box. So anyways, enough talking. One thing that I do have to say is that this package came extremely well packed. I mean, they obviously care about their product and about getting it to you in a good condition. It had multiple layers of foam, really well packed, so 2 thumbs up on that one. Now, if we actually get into the box, I've already opened it, but what came on top was that. So you do have quite a nice little foam case that's been cut out to fit all the different pieces of the rig. This, as I mentioned, is a rig for a GH5, but it also fits smaller cameras like the GH4 or the G7. So let's get right into this. If you look here, you'll see the base plate for the rig itself. And the first thing you notice when you take this out is how solid it feels. I mean, you can tell that this is just a solid piece of metal. It's been really nicely engineered, really nicely finished. It's got kind of like a matte tone finish to it, and it just looks amazing. I mean, it's weird to get so excited about something like a base plate, but when it's this well made and there's just something about it that you know that this is going to last you for years to come. So anyways, let's put this to one side and keep going. Now here you have the cage where the camera is actually going to be placed into. Once again, I mean, you get exactly the same quality material throughout. I'm taking this out for the first time, but it does feel exactly the same as the base plate. That meaning that it does feel like it's really solid, really well made. I mean, just look at that. Everything's been made to fit the GH5. So as you can see, the shape of it is according to the GH5 camera, and as I said, it will fit other smaller Panasonic cameras as well. So as you can see, you've got what I'm assuming is, can you actually take that out? Let's find out. Oh yes, okay, that's cool. Okay, so look at this. It's got a quick release plate in it. So all you have to do is push on this lever, and then this slides right out. You can take it out, and then all you have to do to put it back in is just slide it in, and you get that click at the end. Now tell me if that isn't a really good idea for something like this. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a cage with that feature installed directly into it, especially with the way they've done it here with this little lever there that you can see. Let's just get focus on it there. So yeah, really good way of taking the actual plate out, so you don't have to disassemble the whole thing whenever you want to take your camera off it. Now, carry on going, we'll see. This is one of the connectors for the base plate, in which you're going to run the 2 main tubes through, which are right here. So here you've got the one that goes horizontal, and these are the ones that go vertical. So as you can see there, you just put this through one of the tubes, and you can screw pretty much anything you want to onto that, and it has the option to be able to tighten it up right there. So always handy to have something like this if you want to build on a basic rig. Now, this is the last part, and this is really solid. This is obviously the handle, the grip, and as you can see, it's got a hot shoe mount right there. Actually, this would be a cold shoe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it doesn't seem to have any wiring, so I am guessing it's going to be a cold shoe. And it's got 3 mounting positions with screws, so you can put any other peripherals or accessories that you want onto it. Now, it feels really solid. It's got quite a nice weight to it, and as you can see, I mean, the amount of mounting points that it's got, it's just ridiculous for something as small as this. So you'll definitely be able to build up upon this and make it exactly the way you want it to be. Now, onto assembly. The first thing you're going to want to do is get the handle. The bottom of the handle, you're going to have a groove that's going to fit over the plate that's attached to the top of the cage. As you can see, there are these buttons that are spring loaded. You're going to have to push one of these buttons down in order to actually get the handle on. Once it's past the first button, all you have to do is just push and center it between the 2 buttons. I really like this way of assembly that Lanparte has used. It's really easy to use and it's really secure as far as I've seen. All you have to do now is tighten up the green screw, and that's pretty much it. You've got the camera cage done and dusted, and all you have to do now is mount the camera. You could use the cage as it is. So pretty quick, really simple to use, and not many parts, so it's good. Now let's move on to the assembly of the base plate. The first thing you're going to have to do is get this adapter part. Open up the slots where the rods are going to go through by opening up the green screw on the side. Get the 300mm rods and pass them through the slots. Now this is entirely up to you as regards as how far you're going to leave them in or out. It's completely up to the kind of setup that you have and the peripherals that you're going to be using. Now just tighten it up by tightening the green screw on the side, and you're done. To be able to put in and take out the quick release plate, you're going to use this screw on the side, and this quick release plate is what's going to go attached to the bottom of your camera cage. So whenever you're not using the base plate, all you have to do is open up the screw and take it out. Now get the 200mm rod, and this is the one that's going to go horizontally across the top of the camera cage itself. Once again, how far in you're going to put this depends on the peripherals that you'll be using. You tighten it up, and that's it. Now you can choose to use this screw adapter that Lanparte has included. All you have to do is put it through the rod, tighten it up, and you're ready to mount any peripherals that have a screw thread. Now this part is really ingenious. This lever is what's going to tighten the adapter onto the base plate itself. So the first thing you're going to want to do is look at this spring. That's what you're going to have to push down in order to take the adapter out. To put it on, all you have to do is line it up with the grooves of the base plate and push forward. And once it's where you want it to be, you just push this lever the opposite way, all the way, and it's going to be tight onto the base plate. The last part would be tighten up the screws onto the bottom of the camera cage itself, put in the quick release plate onto the adapter for the plate, and that's it, you're done.
The band sounds great. Double penny with some tracks.